Yeah.
The assigned attorneys must file declarations with the court that outline their qualifications under Rule 8 and under Rule 8B and Rule 8C for counsel appointment in a case where death may be a sentencing option. I'm ordering that those declarations be filed prior to the next hearing date, which is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. Mr. Robinson, I also wish to inform you of your right against self-incrimination. Anything that you say in court today could be used against you, and we want to protect your constitutional rights. Mr. Robinson, at this time, you will remain in custody without bail. Mr. Skordas, is there any other points that you wish to address?
No, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Turning to the state.
Yes, Your Honor. Chad Grunander for the state. I'm also joined, and they're listed as attendees, Ryan McBride, Lauren Hunt, David Sturgill, and Chris Ballard. We are the trial team on this case. I do have a few points I'd like to bring up with Your Honor. We have filed a pretrial protective order on behalf of Erica Kirk. We would ask the court to review that. It should be in your queue, Your Honor, and sign that.
Thank you. I have reviewed the pretrial protective order and will be issuing this pretrial protective order in favor of Erica Kirk. Is there any other business that we need to address today, counsel?
Just for the court's information, we did file just recently, within the last few minutes, a notice of intent to seek the death penalty that was filed by Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray. So that should be in the court's file. Lastly, I would just indicate to the court and to, at this point, Mr. Robinson, that we are prepared to collect all of the discovery in this matter and get that turned over to the defense as soon as possible. Rule 16 requires us to provide what we have relied on in charging the information and bringing these charges within 5 days once it's requested. So that'll be prepared to disseminate to the defense as soon as possible.
Thank you, Mr. Grunander. Mr. Robinson, what I also want to do is you have the right to have the charges read that you stand charged of, and I wish to read those to you at this time. Thank you. Mr. Robinson, for count 1, aggravated murder, a capital felony in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-5-202, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, intentionally or knowingly caused the death of Charlie Kirk under the following circumstances. The defendant knowingly created a great risk of death to another individual other than Charlie Kirk and the defendant. Notice conviction of this offense may carry the death penalty or pursuant to Utah Code 76-3-207.7, a mandatory term of imprisonment for life without parole or an indeterminate term of not less than 25 years, and that may be for life. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2. Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because of Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. Notice, if the trier of fact finds beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim targeting enhancement applies, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider the defendant's selection of the victim as an aggravating factor. Violent offense committed in the presence of a child aggravating factor, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider as an aggravating factor in their deliberations that the defendant committed a violent criminal offense in the presence of a child. Count 2, felony discharge of a firearm causing serious bodily injury, a first-degree felony in violation of Utah Code annotated 76-11-210 sub 2 and 3C, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, discharged a firearm in the direction of Charlie Kirk, knowing or having reason to believe that Charlie Kirk may be endangered by the discharge of the firearm, and that the act caused serious bodily injury to Charlie Kirk. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2. Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. Notice if the trier of fact finds beyond a reasonable doubt that the victim targeting enhancement applies, the sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider the defendant's selection of the victim as an aggravating factor. Violent offense committed in the presence of a child, aggravating factor. The sentencing judge or the Board of Pardons and Parole shall consider an aggravating factor in their deliberations that the defendant committed a violent offense in the presence of a child. Count 3, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-8-306 sub 2, in that on September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant Tyler James Robinson, with intent to hinder, delay, or prevent the investigation, apprehension, prosecution, conviction, or pursuant to any person regarding conduct that constitutes a criminal offense, conceal or remove the firearm used to shoot Charlie Kirk, and the conduct that constitutes an offense would be a capital felony or a first-degree felony. Count 4, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony in violation of Utah Code 76-8-306 sub 2, in that on or about September 11th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, with an intent to hinder, delay, or prevent the investigation, apprehension, prosecution, conviction, or punishment of any person regarding conduct that constitutes a criminal offense, destroyed, concealed, or removed the clothing he wore during the shooting, and the conduct that constitutes an offense would be a capital felony or first-degree felony. Count 5, tampering with a witness, a third-degree felony in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-8-508, in that on or about September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, believed that an official proceeding or investigation was pending or about to be instituted, or intended to prevent an official proceeding or investigation, and attempted to induce or otherwise cause his roommate to withhold testimony, information, a document, or an item, to wit, directing his roommate to delete incriminating text messages. Count 6, tampering with a witness, a third-degree felony in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-8-508, in that on or about September 11th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, believed that an official proceeding or investigation was pending or about to be instituted, or intended to prevent an official proceeding or investigation, and attempted to induce or otherwise cause his roommate to withhold testimony or information, to wit, directing his roommate to stay silent if the police questioned the roommate. Count 7, violent offense committed in the presence of a child, a Class A misdemeanor in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-3-203.10 sub 2 and 76-3-203.14 sub 3a little double I, in that on or about September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, committed criminal homicide in the physical presence of a child younger than 14 years of age, with knowledge that a child was present and that may have been seen or heard the commission of the criminal homicide. Victim targeting enhancement in violation of Utah Code Annotated 76-3-203.14 sub 2, Tyler James Robinson intentionally selected Charlie Kirk because of Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. That concludes reading the information. Mr. Robinson, this case is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. It will be a waiver hearing. and I will be the judge assigned to this case. Mr. Robinson, I invite you to join us at that time. Is there anything further, counsel?
No, Your Honor, we'll have counsel appointed by then. Thank you.
Mr. Gurander, anything further?
One item, just for clarification, Your Honor, the hearing on the 29th, is that in person or WebEx?
Thank you. That is a great question. It will be via WebEx.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
All right. I want to thank all parties for being here, and this concludes this hearing at this time. Court is in recess.
All right.
Okay, that was fast. Shy, he got a thorough breakdown of them charges. And he was sitting up there like, I mean, he looked hella frozen. Seriously frozen. Let's see if he okay, again. He wasn't identifying with nothing they had going on, which is why he went over there and did that nonsense, sir. What part of he was living with a transgender person did we miss? That right there is not Republican doctrine. Let's stop playing. That is not the type of time they are currently on. And definitely not MAGA folk. Because see, y'all get that confused. Just because you're Republican does not mean you MAGA. And just because you MAGA don't mean you Republican. They are not one and the same. They are not one and the same. Hold on, let's see if we get some commentary. Okay, that's one person. That Bruce don't speak for everybody that's involved in it. Hold on.
Right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right, so
Let's get some commentary.
Rid of that. Okay, so here it is. Let's listen to this.
Let's get a little commentary.
I gotta cue it up to the right place.
At the conclusion of the hearing,
Wait.
First case, the court. 15 minutes. Sonic.
Yes, Your Honor.
Calling case 251-403-576, State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Robinson. I'm Judge Graff. Mr. Scortis.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. You're probably already aware of my presence or why I'm here, but if not, I am not entering an appearance. I'm not counsel on this case. I'm working with the county to get counsel assigned, but we need you to allow for the appointment of counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Scortis. I want to go through the qualifications
Absolutely.
for indigency, but that is my intent, Mr. Scortis.
Very well.
And I thank you for being here. So, Mr. Robinson, you have a right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court can appoint an attorney to represent you. I have reviewed your declaration of financial status and find that you are indigent. I'm provisionally appointing a Rule 8 qualified attorney to represent you on your case, Mr. Robinson. Along with their filing of their appearance of counsel, the assigned attorneys must file declarations with the court that outline their qualifications under Rule 8 and Rule 8C, under Rule 8B and Rule 8C for counsel appointment in a case where death may be a sentencing option. I'm ordering that those declarations be filed prior to the next hearing date, which is set for September 29th at 10 a.m. Mr. Robinson, I also wish to inform you of your rights against self-incrimination. Anything that you say in court.
So we just heard he's indigent, been declared indigent, which is impoverished. I don't know what the exact technical definition is in the court, and the judge is going to appoint him a lawyer. So he does not have a lawyer right now. He's going to get a court-appointed lawyer, unless something else happens. But for the time being, that's what's happening. Yeah, basically, he doesn't have the money for a lawyer. And it sounds like you can't just say that. I mean, the judge said the judge had to certify in some sort of way that he really is.
It don't take
think-
long to run
I
folk
believe
assets,
that's what
sir.
it sounded like to me, that the judge had to look into it.
We've done that
Anyways,
like
yeah,
30
you know,
minutes.
something Michael Wells said, I was thinking this. Michael Wells says his family isn't helping him out. I don't know that.
I wouldn't be.
But I also don't know is this a case where the parents could afford a lawyer, but they've chosen not to?
Could
I
be.
have no idea. It's something that I thought about too.
That would be a way.
I don't know. To repeat, I have no idea what discussion among the family has taken place. But he doesn't have a lawyer right
Why
now.
would you think they're
and
gonna pay for his lawyer?
You could just hear the judge declared him indigent.
Okay.
So they're appointing him one.
Check go get a first year out of law school and let them use this for experience.
The
He's
Utah
done.
court system, I'm looking it up right now.
Right.
It says determining indigency. This is from Utah State Legislature.
ain't
It
hard.
says a court shall find an individual indigent if they have an income level at or below a 150% of the U.S. poverty level, or has insufficient income or other means to pay for legal counsel and blah, 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 without blah, blah, blah.
Well, he
Yeah.
just met the
So-
first two.
It's based on your income level, basically.
You didn't know this, sir? How you in the press and don't know this?
Or I guess it's complex.
It's
There's-
not complex, sir.
But
Do
the
you have
court
any
has
money?
to
Do
find
you have any
this.
access that
You
can
can't
manipulate
just
to pay for
say,
said legal
I'm
defense?
indigent.
It's real
According to
easy.
this,
It
the
ain't
court has to find it. Now, I don't
It
know.
is not
Maybe that at a
hard.
certain point they rely on your testimony. So
hard.
I don't
It's a real
know how the
stupid, sir.
court ascertains this. I'm going to post a link to
Sir,
that
this
page.
is bad. With the agenda free, y'all got to do better than this. This light work.
America 189 says the judge must sign off. That's certainly what it sounded like.
He already signed off. I'm telling you, just let a
So
first
at
year,
least at this
a
point,
first year.
I
of
think we can
ABA,
confirm at this point that his parents have not hired a lawyer because he doesn't have a lawyer
and they're not gonna hire a lawyer. That would be stupid.
and he doesn't have the money for one. So he's getting a court appointed one.
Mm-hmm. Public defender.
Oh, I'm sorry. The clock should not be on there. I just didn't get it at this clock before.
Sir,
So
you got to tighten this up.
the
Come on.
next hearing is the 29th of September.
Yep.
The next hearing is the 29th of September for him, by the way. Little less than 2 weeks.
This is what I'm saying.
Let me take
Frankly,
some
this is what it
comments
sounds
from you
like.
guys. By the way, a quick thank you to
yeah.
Jam
Him. What he talking about?
Rule, P.A. Jeeper, Taxiway Aviation.
I mean,
who
I
thinks he was wearing
appreciate
an
you start trying to, you know what I'm saying, do your thug fizzle out here, but this ain't it. Hold up, y'all. Let me see what else I can find, because sir, that's not gonna cut it. Probably. Shall they be somewhere trying to get a GoFundMe together and all of that nonsense, and he's mentally ill because he, you know what I'm saying, he rocking with them transgenders and all this different kind of nonsense. Listen, they'll cook up something. They'll cook up something. Ain't nobody even got time for all that foolishness. They'll try to cook up something. Child, there's 24,000 people watching that nonsense. He ain't told us nothing. Child, let me see what's going on with the Menendez brothers. I'll get back to y'all in a minute. Away. Child, because that was a trial of a lifetime right there. The Menendez brothers. Let me see who. Commentary going on though. No. Hold up. Let's see. Robin, like Utah. This one going on. Yeah. Oh, okay. We got the replay going on. Let's see.
November 11th, 2025, when Tyler James Robinson surrendered to police at the Washington County Sheriff's Office.
Let's get up.
DNA consistent with Robinson was found on the rifle's trigger. After shooting Mr. Kirk,
This was earlier today.
Robinson hid the gun, discarded the clothing he wore when he fired the rifle.
Yeah, they probably gonna get him a
told
squad, don't
his
Sheila? Yeah,
roommate to delete
probably gonna get the squad.
incriminating text messages and not talk
they're
to
gonna want this
police.
as
Children were present at the time of the
painful as
shooting.
possible.
The shooting. Turning Point USA, a nonprofit organization
Hey,
founded
Danny.
in 2012 by Charlie Kirk, organized a public outdoor event to be held at noon on September 10th, 2025 at UVU.
So it was old boy back here with
The
with
event
with
was the
with
first
the
in a
hat on for
series
me.
of similar events to be held at college campuses nationwide. Mr. Kirk is a well-known conservative activist, famous for these type of events, where he discusses various political issues and debates with audience members. His events and comments have garnered a significant number of supporters and drawn the ire of many who disagree with his political views. The event at UVU was announced far in advance and garnered significant publicity and interest. Consequently, several hundred people attended. Mr. Kirk was interacting with a crowd before the event officially got underway. Then at approximately noon, Mr. Kirk seated himself under a portable canopy behind a table and microphone. He began speaking to the crowd and fielding questions from attendees, a format Mr. Kirk commonly used at his events. Mr. Kirk allowed his questioners to approach a microphone positioned directly in front of him. Mr. Kirk's team members were very close to him on his right and left, as well as some behind his canopy and others at various close locations near him. The large crowd surrounded Mr. Kirk on three sides. Temporary metal fencing separated attendees from Mr. Kirk by only a matter of feet. Directly above and behind Mr. Kirk was the UVU Hall of Flags, an indoor walkway spanning several hundred feet with floor-to-ceiling glass windows, which overlooked the plaza where Mr. Kirk was seated. People were in the walkway at the time of the shooting. Approximately 15 minutes into the event, Mr. Kirk was answering a question about mass shootings by transgender individuals when a gunshot rang out. The bullet struck Mr. Kirk in the neck. He slumped to the ground almost immediately. The bullet's trajectory passed closely to several other individuals beside Mr. Kirk, including the questioner who was standing directly in front of Mr. Kirk. Children were visible near Mr. Kirk's stage when he was shot. Mr. Kirk was rushed to a nearby hospital where he was declared deceased. The medical examiner's report is still pending. So UVU surveillance. So at the moment of the shot, a UVU police officer was watching the crowd from an elevated vantage point. As soon as he heard the shot, he began to scan the area for threats. Believing the shot came from a rifle because of its sound, he looked for potential sniper positions. He noted a roof area approximately 160 yards away from Mr. Kirk as a potential shooting position and rushed there to look for evidence. The suspected shooting position is adjacent to an open, publicly accessible walkway. To access the suspected location, a person must climb over a railing and then drop to the roof only slightly below. The UV officer climbed over the railing and down onto the roof. He then walked to the suspected shooting position and confirmed a clear shooting corridor between the position and Mr. Kirk's seat. He also noticed markings in the gravel rooftop, consistent with a sniper having lain on the roof, impressions in the gravel potentially left by the elbows, knees, and feet of a person in a prone shooting position. Police reviewed surveillance from the camera covering the roof and discovered that it recorded an individual dressed in dark clothing cross the railing from the public walkway and drop onto UBU officer recognized as where the suspected sniper had dropped into a prone shooting position. After a short time, which matches the known time of the shot, the individual arose and ran across the roof to the northeast. This discovery led to an intensive review of UBU surveillance recordings to attempt to track and identify the suspect. Surveillance revealed the following. At approximately 11:51 a.m., the suspect entered campus from the north.
Okay, NBC.
And raises his head enough to get a clear image of his face.
There we go.
As he proceeds across the campus, he is seen walking with an unusual gait. The suspect walks with very little bending in his right leg, consistent with a rifle being hidden in his pants. This unusual gait continues until the suspect is seen crossing the railway off the open walkway and onto the roof, where he leaves the camera's view. A camera later captures the suspect as he runs across the roof to the suspected shooting position. Immediately after the shot was fired, a camera captures the suspect running across the roof carrying an item whose shape is consistent with a rifle. The suspect is then seen climbing down from the roof. He appears to drop the item he was carrying as he hits the ground in a controlled fall. He then picks up the item and runs toward the northeast end of campus. Expanded crime scene investigation. Law enforcement officers followed the suspect's escape path to the northeast end of campus, where they believe the suspect left campus and entered a wooded area. In that wooded area, investigators found a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a towel. The rifle contained 1 spent round and 3 unspent rounds. This is consistent with the facts officers observed at the time of and immediately after the shootings. No shell casings were found on the roof, suggesting a bolt action rather than an auto-loading weapon, and only a single round was fired. Each round in the rifle contained an etched inscription as follows. The fired cartridge was etched, "No Tice's bulge, OWO, what's this?" The second cartridge that was again not spent, the last 3 were not spent, were not fired. The second, "Hey fascist, catch," with arrow symbols. The third cartridge, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." The fourth cartridge, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." The rifle, ammunition rounds, and towel were sent for forensic processing. DNA consistent with defendant was found on the trigger, other parts of the rifle, the fired cartridge casing, 2 of the 3 unfired cartridges, and the towel. Law enforcement was unable to immediately locate the shooter, so they published photos of the shooter from the UVU surveillance cameras and asked for the public's help to identify him. Meanwhile, law enforcement continued to try to identify the shooter through other means. The Washington County investigation. On the evening of September 11th, 2025, as law enforcement continued their investigation, Tyler James Robinson went to the Washington County Sheriff's Office with his parents and a family friend to turn himself in. Robinson's mother stated that the following to police. On September 11th, 2025, the day after the shooting, Robinson's mother saw the photo of the shooter in the news and thought the shooter looked like her son. Robinson's mother called her son and asked him where he was. He said he was at home sick and that he had also been at homesick on September 10th. Robinson's mother expressed concern to her husband that the suspect shooter looked like Robinson. Robinson's father agreed. Robinson's mother explained that over the last year or so, Robinson had become more political and had started to lean more to the left, becoming more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. She stated that Robinson began to date his roommate, a biological male who was transitioning genders. This resulted in several discussions with family members, but especially between Robinson and his father, who have very different political views. In one conversation before the shooting, Robinson mentioned that Charlie Kirk would be holding an event at UVU, which Robinson said was a stupid venue for the event. Robinson accused Kirk of spreading hate. Robinson's father reported that when his wife showed him the surveillance image of the suspected shooter in the news, he agreed that it looked like their son. He also believed that the rifle that police suspected the shooter used matched a rifle that was given to his son as a gift. As a result, Robinson's father contacted his son and asked him to send a photo of the rifle. Robinson did not respond. However, Robinson's father spoke on the phone with Robinson. Robinson implied that he planned to take his own life. Robinson's parents were able to convince him to meet at their home. As they discussed the situation, Robinson implied that he was the shooter and stated that he couldn't go to jail and just wanted to end it. When asked why he did it, Robinson explained there is too much evil and the guy, referring to Charlie Kirk, spreads too much hate. They talked about Robinson turning himself in and convinced Robinson to speak with a family friend who is a retired deputy sheriff. At Robinson's father's request, the family friend met with Robinson and his parents and convinced Robinson to turn himself in. The family friend spoke to police and reported telling Robinson that it would be best if he brought all evidence with him to the sheriff's office to avoid police having to search his parents' home. The friend also asked Robinson if he had any clothes that were related to what he did. Robinson replied that he had disposed of the clothes in different areas. The roommate. Police interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police. On September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing, look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following text exchange then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right?" Robinson, "I am still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but I gotta grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you." Roommate, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" Robinson, I am. I'm sorry." Roommate, "I thought they caught the person." Robinson, No, they grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's one vehicle lingering. Roommate, why? Robinson, why did I do it? Roommate, yeah. Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to retrieve it again. Hopefully they have moved on. I haven't seen anything about them finding it. Roommate, how long have you been planning this? Robinson, a bit over a week, I believe. I can get close to it, but there is a squad car parked right by it. I think they already swept that spot, but I don't want to chance it. Robinson again, I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle. I'm worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back Grandpa's rifle. IDEK if it's had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. Didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope they don't find prints. How the F will I explain losing it to my old man? Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Remember how I was engraving bullets? The F in messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notice bulge UWU on Fox News, I might have a stroke, all right. I'm gonna have to leave it. That really effing sucks. Judging from today, I'd say Grandpa's gun does just fine, IDK. I think that was a $2K dollar scope. Wink, wink. Robinson again, delete this exchange. Again, Robinson, my dad wants photos of the rifle. He says Grandpa wants to know who has what. The feds released a photo of the rifle and it is very unique. He's calling me, RN, not answering. Robinson, since Trump got into office, my dad has been pretty diehard MAGA. Robinson, I'm going to turn myself in willingly. One of my neighbors here is a deputy for the sheriff. Again, you are all I worry about, love. That came from Robinson. Roommate, I'm much more worried about you. Robinson, don't talk to the media, please. Don't take any interviews or make any comments. If any police ask you questions, ask for a lawyer and stay silent. The search for Robinson's residence. Police executed a search warrant on Robinson's residence. During that search, police discovered a shell casing with etchings like the etchings found on the shells in the rifle near UVU. Police also found several target boards with bullet holes in Robinson's home. Now, as I stated in the beginning, when I read those allegations, these are allegations. And like the evidence set forth in this statement, those allegations, what you've heard from the media, even from state and federal officials, has not been tested in the crucible of a jury trial.
You have been listening to Jeff Gray, the Utah County Attorney, earlier laying out those minute-by-minute details. Tyler Robinson live before that. That was that virtual hearing. As prosecutors say, they will seek the death penalty. Robinson will remain in jail, no possibility of bail. He'll be in court again in just about 2 weeks. We're going to keep an eye on any developments on that front, but we've also got a lot of other headlines to get to, which will sneak in right after a quick break, including why the serious charges against Luigi Mangione are now dismissed. Not all of them, but some, and what's next in the case against him. Plus, the NBC News investigation into what may be a fatal flaw in Tesla's autopilot system. The life or death moment caught on camera when we're back in just a sec.
All right, welcome back in here to Live Now from Fox. I am Andy Mack. We're following the latest developments as the suspect in the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk appeared in court for the first time today, as we also learned the new counts, the charges that were filed by the district attorney, of course, those 7, including aggravated murder, felony discharge of a firearm causing seriously bodily harm, obstruction of justice, witness tampering, 2 counts each of those, and also a commission of a violent offense in the presence of a child. We do see different memorials growing around the country. This one in Phoenix, Arizona, outside of the Turning Point USA headquarters. You can see plenty of balloons, flowers, signs to pay tribute to this individual. Let's be joined right now from the National Journal, Savannah Behrman. Thank you so much for joining us here on Live Now from Fox. And we're also talking about some of the reaction on Capitol Hill. We've seen Speaker Mike Johnson talk at a vigil on Sunday and then again on Monday inside of the Rotunda. Can you set the scene? What are we hearing from lawmakers about what happened at UVU last week?
Yeah, I mean, lawmakers on part. I mean, we had senators come out today from a meeting that they had with the United States Capitol Police and Sergeant of Arms. They met with Senate Republicans today, and they just talked about how important it is to kind of throw cold water on a lot of the political extremism and the fire in this country. But they also talked about concerns for themselves and their own security, as well as anybody who's wanting to get into the often thankless job of public service. So I know that this is a concern not only for existing lawmakers, but also recruiting new lawmakers and new people to public service. So there's concerns all around and a lot of just dismay and bad reactions to what happened last week.
And we were reporting that the White House had requested some $58 million for security purposes around some of these ongoing threats out there. Is there any movement in this? Is there any progress being made to provide security for lawmakers, for elected officials in light of this?
First, I'm not trying to hear nothing about none of them.
Absolutely.
The only ones that need some
actually, just
protection.
today, House Republican leadership unveiled
The ones that act like they got
text
some sense.
the
The ones that was down there
continuing
screaming
resolution
and shit in the
or a
middle of the
stopgap
moment of
funding bill that
silence.
will
Fuck them.
essentially keep the lights on for the government past September 30th if they don't pass all their whole year appropriations bill. So it looks like this is going to be the vehicle to keep the lights on. And within that vehicle exists, I think it's about $50 million from the White House and $30-something million for extra protection for lawmakers. So lawmakers are looking up ways to shore up protection for themselves, but also members of the executive branch and members of the judicial branch. So if that passes through both chambers of Congress and lands on President Trump's desk, not only will we have a government shutdown, but there will be extra measures for security for lawmakers.
Yeah, and obviously until that looming shutdown,
Trump's in the UK. He has officially landed.
Happens. I do want to ask you because we've seen the reaction come in far and wide. We're seeing there in Phoenix, Arizona, the headquarters of Turning Point USA, in which Charlie Kirk co-founded. But I think maybe people don't know that this happened in Arizona. They don't register that the amount of impact, the amount of colleges that he was on, speaking to different peers there, different students as well. I know you potentially have a connection to Utah. I want to ask you about your feeling just seeing a community that you are very familiar with go through something like this. What are you hearing from lawmakers from Utah? What are you hearing from the community?
All right, y'all, make sure you subscribe if you haven't.
I think the first reaction is just shock. I grew up dancing right down the road from UVU in Orem at Center Stage Performing Arts Studio. And it was such a safe community that oftentimes we would walk after dance class to the campus for food. That's where we had recitals, a lot of performances. And just the community of Orem and Provo, I think, was such a safe community. And I think that for a lot of community members there, that sense of safety, almost that balloon has now been popped. We just don't see violent offenses and acts like this happen in Utah, and especially small town Utah. I mean, I'm talking about communities.
Okay, Marvin, we're getting commentary from
first and foremost for
court
people there,
appearance
it's just one of
Tyler
shock
Robinson that just
the
took
sense
place
that
a little while ago.
a lot of the safety has been shattered.
Yeah,
So
that is a very
that's
good
what we
point.
doing over
Obviously,
here.
just your sense of being there is very altered just in everyday moments. So I can only imagine. And unfortunately, so many communities also shocked by different tragedies that have to rethink the way of life. So obviously, I appreciate you sharing that story
Yeah,
with us.
that's me.
We do have the live picture, Spanish Forks, where this suspect, Tyler Robinson, did appear inside of that court via virtual
Listen,
webinar.
they
And we
put the
know the next
turtle with
hearing
the
will be taking
turtle
place
suit
on
on
September
him.
the 29th.
Child,
Just kind of circling back to what's going on in terms of Capitol Hill. We've heard different reaction, including
concerned for your
Nancy
safety,
Mace
sir.
today moving forward with a motion to kick off a Democratic lawmaker, Ilhan Omar, from some of the committee assignments, saying we've officially filed a resolution to censure Ilhan Omar and remove her from community assignments. Charlie Kirk was assassinated for speaking the truth, and Ilhan Omar mocked him for it. There must be consequences for glorifying political violence.
Oh
Hold the
yeah,
line.
you know
What
I'm
do
going
we
to pull
make
that.
of
We're
this
gonna watch that. I'm going
development?
to
How
pull that.
likely is
My
it that
insomniacs,
Ilhan
yeah, I'm gonna pull
Omar
it.
will
Don't
be
worry
kicked
about
off
it.
some of
We're
these
gonna be
committees?
on it.
I don't think it's a surprising development, especially regarding Representative Ilhan Omar. I mean, we've seen different conservative members kind of try to censure her in the past for some of her previous comments. So it's not surprising to me that
We
they're
cover those as
going
well,
after
sir.
her directly.
Subscribe
And
so
I
you
don't know if
you don't
this
miss out.
will pass or not. I believe that censure remarks like this only require a simple majority in the House. So there is a very real chance that she could be censured and kicked off some of the committees if all the Republicans fall in line. And we've seen Republican leadership in particular really go against people who are going after Kirk or have had
How we gonna
negative
make this
comments
Trump vote?
about Kirk following his death. So it wouldn't be surprising to me at all if we see a lot of Republicans join on that effort from Nancy Mace and if it passes.
And I want to ask you, because obviously saying that these are some of the vile comments.
You don't have to like everybody.
Specifically is Nancy Mace clinging to? What did Ilhan Omar say that potentially is putting this in jeopardy to be kicked off the committee?
Yeah, so Nancy
Yeah,
Mace
well,
is
yeah.
calling into some comments
gonna
that
find
Ilhan
it.
Omar made on a podcast, as well as something that she had posted to Twitter. And I believe that the comments that she's going after in the podcast are talking about what Charlie Kirk was talking about in his time of death, and that he was kind of, in her words, spewing hate or spewing that rhetoric in his time of death. And so I think that Nancy Mace is going after some of Ilhan Omar's comments about Kirk's character following the assassination and after some of those comments. And again, I believe it only takes a simple majority in the House for this thing to pass. So if enough
It
of
probably
Nancy
will.
Mace's colleagues agree with her, we could see Ilhan Omar be kicked off her committees.
All right, very good. And we also have seen plenty of Democrats also express their displeasure, just saying they were horrified by this, sending the condolences out to Charlie Kirk's now widow, Erica, and their two small children. So, Savannah, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your time, your insight there from Washington, D.C.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thank you so much. All right, great conversation as always. And we are hearing a response from the representative from Minnesota, Ilhan Omar, talking about this. As she said on social media, fun fact, Nancy Mace is trying to censure me over comments I never said. Her resolution does not contain a single quote from me because she couldn't find any. Unlike her, I have routinely condemned political violence. This is all an attempt to push a false story so she can fundraise and boost her run for governor. She goes on to say here on social media, to those claiming they're for free speech while punishing and silencing those exercising that right, you're not pro-free speech. So
Okay, so
coming
that's
in
the
from
case.
Ilhan
Then,
Omar
you
here
know
on
what I'm
Live
saying?
Now
Then,
from Fox, as we are
we have to apply that
6 o'clock on the East
Charlie
Coast.
Kirk.
A couple roundup of live pictures, including in Phoenix, Arizona,
We have
outside
to
the
apply that
headquarters
to
for
him.
Turning Point
It's all
USA,
about the
which
free speech.
Charlie Kirk co-founded almost a dozen years ago. Also a live picture
Yeah, that's
in
messed
Spanish
up.
Forks, Utah,
That woman,
where
she didn't
the hearing is
ask
taking
that.
place for Tyler Robinson, the suspect, as we are
That-
learning
that-
the
that's
foundation
crazy.
and what prosecutors are laying the groundwork for those counts, including aggravated murder. I'm Andy Mack here on Live Now from Fox. Let's slide away for a quick 2-minute break.
All right, we're going to break. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Cooper. That's rough. Like 7 o'clock in the morning, you look at your husband in the face, you know what I'm saying? You getting a hug and a kiss goodbye, and then by 3 o'clock, somebody telling you he on a slab somewhere and he ain't coming back. Like, nah. All cause somebody, you know what I'm saying, had their feelings hurt about what he had to say. Well, what I'm trying to understand, what's going on, Sal? How you doing? Maybe you can answer this for me. If I need to send you the link, let me know. If you know what I'm saying, the LBGTQ LMNOP, you know what I'm saying, ABC 1, 2, 3 people, you know what I'm saying, the rainbow and all of that. If y'all, you know what I'm saying, if what you cool, what you doing, you in your heart, you feel like it's right, you ain't gonna let nobody tell you nothing different. What the fuck are you mad because somebody else don't agree with it? You say it's right, they say it's wrong. But if you holding frame, why do you care? Keep doing what you're doing. Like, I'm confused. What we doing? Thank you, Wish for Happiness. I appreciate it. If you that's what you're doing, and then it's your saying your journey, your destiny, you know what I'm saying, your calling, or whatever the hell it is you want to call it, then fuck what somebody else got to say. You got to go get your basically a family heirloom, your granddaddy rifle. Take all this time to, you know what I'm saying, engrave bullets and all this bullshit. Find out what, write letters to this man. Find out where he gonna be. Figure out how you gonna get your goofy ass over there. Walk around looking all crazy. Pop off, you know what I'm saying? And take this man's life because you confused about what you want to do with your dick. I don't understand. I'm so confused. All right, hold up, Sarah. I got you. Also, check your IG. I'm so damn confused. If this, you know what I'm saying, if that's what you wanted to do, you could have taken all that same time that Charlie was over there, you know what I'm saying, trying to enhance the minds of others and shit, and been over there trying to figure out what you was gonna do with your sexuality. You could have been getting your head skills together or something. You ain't have to be like, let me calm down. You ain't have to do all of that. Hell, you could have been trying to, oh, okay. You could have been over there trying to get your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or whoever the hell he was that was supposed to be to you to pay all of the rent for the month. Like, I'm just confused. What we doing? But you don't go over there and ruin somebody else's family. Some bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Because that's what you've done. You done ruined that man's family. You done messed up the families of everybody who was in attendance because they traumatized. I've been in a situation like that. That you don't take a couple days off and be okay. You don't. Especially them people that was up in the damn front. Especially them people that was up on the damn platform with him that probably had damn blood splatter on them. Them people ain't okay. They're not gonna be okay. Like, y'all need to cut the damn foolishness. That's all I'm saying. All because you feel some type of way because you can't decide whether you want, you know what I'm saying, good wood or some coochie. Pull this together. Hold on.
15-minute hearing, Robinson appeared stoic and emotionless, even while his charges were being read to him, which it was just a few hours that the Utah County attorney announced 7 charges against Robinson, including aggravated murder. The lead prosecutor also talked about some of the digital evidence they have.
Stuff. And this what you
The
got to bring
roommate
to the table.
received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated, quote, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it."
The lead prosecutor also described other evidence they found in the lengthy exchange between Robinson and his partner. Robinson's roommate asked, quote, "Why did you do it?" Then Robinson replies, "I've had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated." Robinson then goes on to describe how he will try to retrieve his rifle he left in the woods and says he will not leave any evidence behind. Then he tells his roommate to delete the exchange. The Utah County attorney also said it was actually Robinson's mother who recognized him through photos released by authorities, and it was a family friend that convinced Robinson to turn himself in. So we just talked about those new charges. Robinson is now facing an aggravated murder charge.
I guarantee you that's the same mama that's been trying to help him figure out what the hell he got going on. Now, he talking about, ain't nobody said nothing about negotiating nothing with you. If that's what you want to do, go do what you want to do. Charlie said he wasn't for that. There's a lot of people that agree with him. Because last time I checked, bullets was a hell of a lot harder than words. What's going on, Sam? I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding what's going on.
I know what's going on. People are too stupid, and they're not willing to accept the truth and that it is what it is. This man fell in love with the Democratic Liberals Rainbow Coalition gay frog ideology, and that's what happened. And that's all there is to it. Ain't nothing. It ain't no confused statements about this. That man did what he did. He said what he said, and he got what he got. And I'm talking about Tyler Robinson. I ain't talking about Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk ain't did nothing but just speak the truth, and he tried to open up people's minds. But no, that wasn't good enough. No.
Because I'm still. Because again, sir, if you know what I'm saying, if that's what you want to do with your life, and you was cool, you know what I'm saying, with your he, she, your him, or whatever the hell it was y'all was doing, sir, at that time of day, why you went somewhere doing something productive?
Absolutely.
Why your ass wasn't at work? Now I know where I was at. I was at, you know what I'm saying, at the medical center with my grandfather. He had an appointment. So that's what the hell I was doing. Being productive. You out here taking lives. I'm out here trying to, you know what I'm saying, keep folk alive. The hell? Because you confused. So yeah, what was Sheila saying earlier? Yeah, I don't want nobody saying nothing about his mom and his daddy and none of that, because if it had been my goofy ass that did something like that, I'm here to tell you, on my mama grave, she would have turned me in. I already know that.
I would have turned my kid in. Listen, not even just for the money. It's just the fact that GP, you did what? Oh, come on, bring your little stupid ass on. Come on.
Yeah, yeah. I walked right into the law, messing around with my mama.
Because now they about to be beat down my goddamn door. Hey, excuse me, we live for sale. No. He upstairs.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, my father gonna call me down and say, hey, bring your little stupid ass down here. Come here. These people want to talk to you. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah. So yeah, leave them people alone. But again, like I said, then again, you done messed around. You got everybody in the family hooked up in this nonsense. You got your parents in this nonsense. You got your granddaddy in that. You done messed up the family heirloom. Who? Because we in 2025, right? How long have you known that just deleting it off your phone don't really delete it permanently?
Forever.
Can't nobody get to it, especially people we know.
Forever. Listen.
Like
metadata is forever. You can delete everything off your phone. Let the right person get a hold of that motherboard that's in your phone or that chip. It's over for you.
And they ain't even got to get hold of that these days.
Nope.
I'm just confused.
I ain't confused. Listen, my eyes is wide open, and the truth is right there. A lot of people just don't want to recognize the truth that's before them, because they always want to see things their way. As you seen, a lot of people, whatever subdivision of Section 8 that they in the EBT, when it comes to being around.
Man, speaking of that, I was in transit yesterday, so I was in and out. Yeah, y'all had a little exchange over there with some of the EBT. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
What's this big ducking? He said, this is when black folk as a collective take a seat and don't say shit. Listen, black people can't wait because they want attention. They couldn't wait to get their ass up and say something. People didn't even have nothing to say about nothing, just running off with the mouth.
3.5 minutes after this man was after he received that shot, 3.5 minutes, the first video on TikTok was a black woman celebrating his demise.
I don't understand that.
I understand it completely, because when it comes to this whole entire situation, Charlie Kirk was a racist. What did he say about the black community that hasn't been said by us, if not even worse?
Okay, but this is my thing right here. I'm so tired of black people, niggas, whatever y'all want to call yourselves at the moment. Stop using the word racism incorrectly. Because again, racism is a process. Prejudice is a feeling and an opinion. So again, what did Charlie Kirk himself do to hold you down, black people, that we gonna label him a racist? What did he do?
Oh, I know what he did. All he did is just pretty much say everything that the whole entire EBT space has been arguing about for the past 10 years when it comes to dick and pussy relationship conversations. What are we talking about?
Man, listen.
Do we not remember Fight Club? Oh, okay.
You know,
Do we not see all of these TikToks and all these Instagram posts about these niggas ain't shit, these bitches ain't shit? Oh, my
man,
bad.
listen, when I tell you I had to get into it with a bitch over on TikTok last night, it was about 2:00 in the morning. Yeah, I had to get her to work. I was like, listen, for the last 3 days, you've been on here talking about how men ain't shit and they this and that. I was like, just tell us you're a prostitute and let's get it over with. It don't take all this. Just tell us you're a prostitute. But everything you sit up here talking about, you know what I'm saying, involves some man coming out his pocket and you still ain't told him what he gonna get for all of this money, what he's supposed to be spending. I'm like, you just tell us you're a prostitute.
But watch
We'll
this
move
though.
on to something else and keep
If
rolling.
if Charlie just repeated everything you said, it's a racist, right?
Well, they
But
were racist. I don't.
well,
It
watch
wasn't
this.
racist when
Watch
I
this.
said it. It wouldn't be racist if you said it. It wouldn't be
Oh,
racist if he said it. The truth is the damn truth, right?
oh,
Michelle, that's we're gonna talk about Candace because that thing hurt my heart when she was on. You know what I'm saying? Remembering her friend because I've been there. Like, listen, y'all, death is serious. Death is for
mhm.
real. And you know what I'm saying? When people die and you don't have no reason as to why. Like my mama died last year. I know why my mama ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
like, no. I've had friends where like literally I saw them at 8:00 and by 12:00 they was gone. And wasn't nothing wrong with them. It's because somebody else, you know what I'm saying, was reckless with what they had going on.
mm-hmm. Well,
Like,
see, you
listen,
know what?
you know what I'm saying, people who truly care about you are rare anyway.
I say it like this. The indoctrinated trauma of the hate for white people that is within those black folks that was celebrating his death, all they did was hung on every word that they just now finding out that he said, and they just attached their hate for white people onto his words. Here's the problem. Charlie Kirk was born in 1993. That man
This is
has
what I'm
been
saying.
speaking. That man has been speaking since 2012. He just got deleted this year. Why are you just now upset about it? Or have you been upset and you couldn't defeat his talking points or his rhetoric, and you just now want to go live and make some content about it
They want
because
to go live
now,
and make some. They want to go live and make some content. But my thing is, again, the internet is forever, and
mhm,
you all his social media is still up. You can go back and he got it where you can, you're saying, see the different debate clips, or you can watch the whole event and get it for yourself. I mean, since everybody want to spend all their time on social media, why y'all don't want to go over there and do that? Because I got a
or
couple that
even
I'm gonna go through. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't. You could. People could have learned a lot. Well, a lot of people did learn a lot from him. But I'm just saying, a lot of these people who run off at the mouth and this and that in the woo, they could learn a lot from him. Like,
hey,
who
watch
was
this.
that? That was Jamal Bryant talking about. I mean, he dropped out of community college. Okay, he died worth damn near $20 million.
Hey, watch this. Jamal Byer about to get this work. I know a few people that's putting in some work on him, and I ain't talking about physically. I'm talking about content wise. He about to get to work. But watch this though. How come everybody sat up here and was ready to burn down the whole entire country because a crackhead died with a fistful of fentanyl in his system? But these same people will not go live or help out a local crackhead when they rolling up the street and you see that person standing on the side of the road that got a sign that say, "Can you help me out, please?" But
This is
y'all
what
ain't
I'm
gonna go
talking
live.
about.
Y'all not gonna say, "Well, how come the flag ain't flying at half staff?" None of y'all never none of these people in this space never go down to the homeless shelter. You never go live about it. But y'all wanted to burn down the whole entire country because a crackhead died with a fistful of fentanyl.
But
Oh, okay.
okay, so the thing with that is that again is just putting the ignorance of, I hate to say, the ignorance of niggas on full display. Because anytime, you know what I'm saying, the powers that be, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know what I'm saying, push a narrative, they go get the worst of the worst and then try to make them a martyr, and now goofy ass go right along with it. Look at all that, you about burnt the whole country down over his ass. Then, you know what I'm saying, you supposedly, you know what I'm saying, was in line to get all these benefits, which I didn't ever see none. I'm just gonna be for real.
Mm-hmm.
Now y'all sitting around boo-hooing and crying, talking about you took the DEI from us and this and that and the woo, when you never got anything for the DEI in the first place. Then y'all turned around and gave how many hundreds of millions of dollars did they get a Black Lives Matter?
I don't know, but Mateo says y'all sound ignorant as fuck. It's because he was murdered by the state. Who was murdered by the state?
Right.
Who was murdered by the state?
What is this, Robin? Why praise a hateful prick like Charlie in the Nazi factory? Ain't nobody
Okay,
praising him.
wait.
What we saying is he was bold enough to say what it was he wanted to say and gracious
No.
enough.
Can I take this one, please? Can I take this one, please?
Go ahead.
Who
sir.
said it?
Go
Who
ahead.
said it? Let me look at the comment. Who said it?
That was Robin.
Robin. Let me see. Robin. Why praise a hateful prick like Charlie and the Nazi? Okay, cool. Robin, let me ask you a question. What did he say that was so hateful?
Because I missed the burn him at the stake part. I missed all of that.
Yeah, I'm missing. What did he say that was hateful?
He deleted it for real, stick boy. So you trying to tell me even though he deleted it, ain't nobody nowhere who can pull it up the way y'all love to screen record shit these days? Come on.
No. See, he can delete it. He can delete it in the chat, but see, this is the beautiful thing. Streamyard, right? Right there. Show on stage. There it is. Right there. Show on stage. There it is. Is it showing yet? Oh no, you gotta do it on yours.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so he's not gonna answer the question. Okay, so he just said it just to say it. Okay, cool. So at the end of the day, you said Mateo said look up Charlie Kirk and the Great Replacement Theory. Why are we looking it up now? How come y'all got smoke for it now? Y'all didn't have smoke for it back
then.
then.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what
Wait, hold on. Since you want to talk about the Great Replacement Theory, didn't Malcolm X preach about this? Oh, okay. So it's nothing new, right? Let me see. It's been tons of black men and women. Shirazad Ali, Malcolm X, Huey P. Newton, the Black Panthers Party. It's been tons of people talk about new slaves. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. So, okay. So if people have already talked about the Great Replacement Theory, are you mad that it's being talked about a white man, or that you mad that it's just being talked about, period? Okay, cool. So then you don't have a problem with Charlie Kirk talking about it. You just have a problem with the problem being talked about it. So why talk about Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, 90 million and gave 2 billion to the movement. Damn right. Hell, it might. I think because Candy, it might have been more than that. I think Candy's found some more money recently.
Exactly. But if y'all want to talk about people getting unnecessary money, how much money went to the Rainbow Coalition and the Coalition of Gay Frauds? Okay, cool. No problem. See, the problem with the majority of black people in the black community, they want to jump. Yeah.
Please take that one for me. I just highlighted.
Hold on. Wait. Hold up. The wife calling. Give me a second.
Okay.
Give me.
Okay, that's not what he said. He didn't say that he was not. He said he would be questioning, you know what I'm saying, the credentials, which it was a better way to say that. Unfortunately, because I am black and I know how we move, I see how he would go there. But for me, I would question it more if a black woman was flying the plane than a black man. That's just me. Because I know we be on some bullshit and cutting corners and half-assing and be done turn 2 of the damn motors on when folks supposed to be on and all kind of nonsense. But if you go and listen to the entire exchange, it was not as bad as you try to
I gotta go.
Okay. Yeah, he was talking about how affirmative action made people exactly. I'm just saying, honestly, affirmative action did more for white women than it did black people. Same thing with DEI, but again, we as black people, you know what I'm saying, use that whole you know what I'm saying, I'm at a disadvantage because I'm black. I can't, you know what I'm saying, I can't do the same thing as everybody else because I'm been held back because I'm black and woo. You know, we good for that. As a black person, I'm telling you this. So don't come over here and be trying to, you know what I'm saying, get folks all worked up with that, you know, that racism card and all that. Racism is a process. Prejudice is a damn feeling and a fucking opinion. And y'all love to take somebody's opinion and they damn feeling about something and call it racist when it's really prejudice. Get that together. That's all I'm saying. This is taking forever. What you say? We equal. You need to stop blaming your race. That's what we over here saying. That's what we saying, Jenny. That's what we saying as black people. That's what we saying. But see, that's where the Democratic Party come in because they keep perpetuating that nonsense. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, black people as a majority vote for the Democratic Party, because they keep, you know what I'm saying, keep that nonsense going. We don't do that over here, though. What you say, Pablo? Trash comes in all colors, but trash always on the evil side. It's not about yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Just the Facts, ma'am. I mean, look, I'm just telling y'all how I see it. And you know what I'm saying, what has been going on and how you can get the information, you know what I'm saying, that's available to you. Because these little snippets, like I actually saw one clip, they took a 20-minute exchange between Charlie Kirk and this one guy and trimmed that shit down to a minute and a half. A 20-minute exchange, trimmed it down to a minute and a half and threw it out there like it was straight facts. What'd you say, Chuck? He didn't die for his beliefs. He died from his beliefs. You got a point. But again, if we supposed to be in America, okay, wow, what Trump got to do with this? Oh, you can't talk about unprepared youth debating if the subjects they're discussing is being used to work out how they're going to vote. I'm tired of that argument. He was debating college kids that wasn't ready and this and that and the fourth. Now wait a minute, you can't have it both ways. Either you know what I'm saying, either you intelligent and you go to college to enhance your intelligence, or you dumb as a damn box of rocks. You can't have it both ways. If you grown enough to be in college and take your ass over there and decide that you want to debate, then debate. But I mean, he did go to other places besides college campuses, so we need to stop pushing that, because that's not true. But again, you in college, you're an adult, so it was two adults having a debate. Y'all got to stop picking and choosing. If we're supposed to be in the era of all this great technology, then hell, if you in college, you should be one of the smartest motherfuckers on the planet. So we can't have it both ways. They couldn't, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't prepared because they was college kids, but yet they was in college because they were so smart. Now, which is it? What we doing? What we doing? And somebody was there talking about Epstein. Listen, we let me put it to y'all like this. I personally don't give one damn about any of that Epstein stuff. Epstein is dead. Anybody who was on that list, the majority of the people, especially the ones in these damn YouTube chats talking about release the list, ain't never been within 300 miles of nobody on the damn list. So what difference do it make? Number three, how you know anything on said list is even the truth? I could put together a list and send it to them and have them doctor it up and put it out there like it's facts. What are we talking about? Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe as well. We're on a march. I'm just saying, like, we got to stop the foolishness. What you say? I mean, what you say? I like the way you just said that, because I haven't said exactly how I feel. But you told me what you talk about? CJ. We talking about the Epstein. Like, right, I don't give a damn about none of that. Epstein been dead how damn long? Y'all be talking about Trump don't want to release the papers. Trump don't want to release the papers. Here, every time I turn around, it's a damn butt about releasing the papers. It ain't nobody who is supporting Trump that say don't put this in. All the Trump supporters was like, put it out there. We don't give a damn. Every time I turn around, it's the damn Democrat folk. No, we don't need that. Not voting no all over the damn place. Again, ain't none of y'all been nowhere around. Nobody who was on said list went to the island, got $5 from Epstein. So what damn difference does it make? You need to be worried about the damn uncle that, you know what I'm saying, been gone for 6 years and can't nobody explain why. Because he like touching little kids. That's what the hell y'all need to be worried about. Fuck Epstein. That ain't important. That shit is not important. They drop a list, got 15 names on it, and 14 of them you ain't never heard of before. What damn difference does it make? What you say, HG, about them victims said Trump wasn't there? He ain't had nothing to do with that. Because I thought that's what I heard when they was up there, you know what I'm saying, carrying on. And the very first ones that came out was like, I mean, Epstein, he was like, he was not running no brothel. He wasn't passing women out. This is what she said. She was there. She was a victim. She said, now he had me doing some old freaky depravity, you know what I'm saying, and all that different, you know what I'm saying, deviant kind of nonsense. But she said that was me and him. It wasn't me, him, and 16 other different people. Now, damn. Y'all act like you can't, you know what I'm saying, do business with somebody and then, you know what I'm saying, get up from the table and move on. Just because you do business with them, don't mean you got to go to their house and go to the damn cookout, the barbecue, to the country club, break bread, or drink with their ass. Sit down, do your business, sign the papers, get up and leave. It's real simple. At least it's supposed to be. That's all I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about, Eric, but they don't want to hear that. Because it didn't have, you know what I'm saying, what they wanted to say, they're not gonna take that as credible information. But my thing is, if Epstein is so bad, and I'm not saying I'm not an Epstein supporter, I'm not an Epstein fan, I don't give a damn. If you know what I'm saying, all what he goes so sinister, and we need to go dig up his bones and set him on fire and rebury him and all of that. Why in the hell would y'all want to sit around and read about what he did to people? Why would you want to read that? Don't that make you just as bad as he is? That don't even make sense. We got enough going on. We got people out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know what I'm saying, spread that message because other people clearly want to hear it. They get their head blown off. We got little kids can't even go to damn school without folks popping off because they feeling some kind of damn way because their mama won't buy them no damn Stanley Cup. Like, we got real issues, but y'all want to sit around and read about some deviant sex? Cut the bullshit, y'all. It ain't all that deep. Child, hip-hop is trash. What got me was, what you said about Epstein's attorneys have always said there's no client list. This is what I'm talking about. When the woman was the main damn victim, got up on the thing and was like, man, it wasn't no steady stream of new dick showing up, running in and out. He wasn't passing us around. That was enough for me. Shit, she a victim. She was there. So hell, if she couldn't tell me what happened then, fuck you. She said it wasn't like that. That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. She said it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. But again, why would you want to sit around and read it? All right, cool. Appreciate you. What about the dozens of others that came forward? You do know people lie, right? Don't show up 20 years after alleged, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to take it all. I'm going to run it all the way back to Bill Cosby. Don't be showing up 30 years after the damn fact, talking about all this bullshit. Wait, it's too early. It's dinner time. Talk about what happened to you. I'm sorry. I'm going to give you a year. And that's being generous. If you don't tell it within the first year, I don't believe you. Point blank, period. If he wasn't holding nobody in no dungeon underground with no damn shackles and chains, you had opportunity to tell it. So if you ain't tell it, I don't believe. That's what I got for that. Exactly. None of that testimony, what I read, none of what I saw, none of what I heard. She was like, yo, this is this. I was there. So we're going to stop making up stuff. But again, how that you wanting to sit and absorb all that into your psyche and your spirit and regurgitate that shit back into the universe make you any better than Epstein? Who gives a shit, Lynn? What is that doing for you? If Donald Trump name on every fucking page, what is that doing for you? How has that impacted your life? Because Trump on every page. You know Donald Trump? You been in a room with him? You talked to him on the phone? And again, hell, if he was using Epstein to get the damn women that Epstein did, you still ain't in no damn danger. I need to understand. Barbara, I'm just giving it. I'm just trying to use a little bit of context. Hold on. I'm just trying to get the. I'm just trying to understand. Like, I really want to understand what we doing. Listen, I'm not condoning no pedophiles. I'm not condoning none of that. But what I'm saying is, just because somebody tell you some shit happened, don't mean it really happened. That's all I'm saying. That don't mean that's what's going on. And again, if you as a everyday person, fuck y'all, we everyday people. I don't believe all women neither, Eric, because I know how the bitches be lying. I've been in a room during the deposition with the damn record, with the camera and the damn tape recorder rolling, and that bitch lying through her fucking teeth, and then go outside and be like, yeah, laughing about the shit. I've been there. I know what you do. I'm telling you, I know what they do. Because you feel some kind of damn way. Y'all watch too many soap operas. What's going on, Take Back America? I'm just saying. Okay, again, one more time, guys. Trump is says who? Proof. I need proof. Again, Lynn, what does that do for you? You been around him? Because you have to be around somebody for them to be a threat to you, right? You can't grape nobody over the airwaves and through the damn TV. Yeah, Eric, people worry about the wrong shit. Epstein paid over $300 million to his victims in the lawsuit. You're right. We're not saying that they, you know what I'm saying, there weren't victims. But some of them bitches was lying to get a check. Let's just tell the truth. Y'all bitches I'm telling you, if Trump was if he was to get a direct line to Jesus and be like, look, I need three miracles, and he used one of them miracles to be like, if you a victim of sexual assault, you don't get a damn dime, I guarantee you we wouldn't be hearing none of this. Mess around and pull and it be on the books. The only thing you can get is your medical bills paid. Your medical bills for any physical injuries from your assault and your therapy. That's the only thing you can get. I guarantee you we won't be hearing this shit. And it's the crazy part. We be going through all of this, every time there's sexual assault with women and all of this, and woo. We don't never talk about the men. Oh, then I got some stories, depositions and stuff that I done been in, interrogatories and all that with men that's been sexually assaulted by other men or women. They ain't out here running the victim card. I'm just saying. Yeah, child, we just say it's so difficult to try and talk to. talked to some people here. They probably never even watched the full speech from Trump. But yeah, no, everything, Barbara. Everything is Trump's fault. But my thing is, if the world was so wonderful before Trump, wouldn't it have been so long that this little bit of whatever he's doing now wouldn't even made a damn blip on the radar? I'm just saying. The Trump deranged, it needs to go down in the books as a mental disorder. Is all I'm saying. And I don't even all of this conversation, all of that, and I personally think even if it hadn't been, you know what I'm saying, Charlie Kirk, if you know what I'm saying, if it had been somebody else who was doing what he did, I think, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know what I'm saying, the resources and all that that's been spent to get, locate this dude and all of that, I think it still would have gone on. But people want to try to turn this because it was Charlie Kirk and his views was in line with, you know what I'm saying, with what, you know what I'm saying, Trump talk about in the Republican Party as it stands right now. Because y'all keep wanting to talk about the damn Republican Party from fucking 50 years ago. Half the Republicans today ain't rolling with that bullshit. Pay attention. If you need to get up to speed, you can go ahead and scroll back on this channel and go to the RNC. I covered every single minute of it. The Republicans today, these ain't your great granddaddy Republicans. They on a different type of time. Cut the foolishness. Mike, if you ain't gonna bring nothing productive to the conversation, let that be. Like, y'all, it just don't make no sense. Money. And it's the crazy part. Half the Democrats in there today are there because that's the only way they could get there. They don't be believing half of that shit they be up there standing up talking about. They couldn't get in on the Republican side, so they had to flip over. It was just more important for them to be there than to stand on what they really believe. So y'all do with that what y'all want. But on that note, I go to the mall real quick. Like I said, we are going to oh, thank you, Laura. I appreciate you. Child, listen. Yeah, Trump cured cancer. That's racist because, black people, cancer be taking us out. So yeah, him trying to keep us alive is racist. And did Trump just get an HBC? Did not post that on my? Did he just get an HBCUs $500 million? Like direct pipeline. He was like, you don't have to worry about nobody. You don't have to worry about no appropriations. You ain't got to worry about no committee. You don't have to worry about nothing. You just need to check your bank account. $500 million. But he racist. When as HBCU, you shouldn't even need Donald Trump to send you anything. But we as black people so busy talking about, saying racism while we ain't got our stuff together. But that's going to be a whole different show. A whole different show. Racism is a process. It's a program. Prejudice is a feeling or a belief. Exactly. Trump was loved by the black community. But you know what I'm saying? Screaming Trump is a racist. It takes the accountability off the fact that you ain't got shit done. And you got to keep the victimhood going on. We got to stop that foolishness. Because again, as HBCUs, you shouldn't even need any money from Donald Trump, Barack Obama, damn Joe Biden, Bill Clinton, and no damn body else. HBCU started out self-sufficient fully created and supported by Black people. The hell happened? Exactly, Barbara. Just because they scream don't make it true. Josh, no, he gave $500 million to HBCUs. That's what he did. That was racist. Yeah, he gave HBCUs $500 million yesterday. But I don't see any of them sending it back. I'll let y'all know which ones actually send the money back because they don't want money from a racist. Yeah, I'll let y'all know. This is the same man that Trump ran for president 3 times and has lost about $1 billion in personal net worth fucking around with the American public. But he a racist and he a fascist and a dictator. Shit, dictators trying to get paid. So he could have stayed on the sidelines and kept that $1 billion. Instead of trying to help you goofballs and looking at damn bank balance deduction. I'm just telling I'm gonna tell y'all what I think because it's my channel. I said the hell I want. I'm just saying. Child, Joseph, that was contribution money. We talking about Trump personal money. That's Trump had campaign money left over. That's why he offered to clear up her balance. He had campaign money left over. We're talking about his personal money. He lost $1 billion messing around with ungrateful ass people. That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, I gotta get to them all. I'm just saying, put your personal feelings aside. Nobody said everything Trump did was fantastic and perfect. Nobody said everything that Charlie Kirk did was fantastic and perfect. But again, we're supposed to be in America. It's supposed to be the land of the free, home of the brave. Every time I turn around, we're on here talking about, you know what I'm saying, the military and the veterans and all of them dying for your right to be able to, you know what I'm saying, say what you want to say. So that means that applies to all people. So let it apply to all people. Now, with that being said, and then I'm going to wrap up. You can say what you want to say, but saying what you want to say does not make you immune from the repercussions of saying what it was you wanted to say. Notice to all of y'all who boo-hooing and crying because you got fired because you was running off at the damn mouth. It was your right to say what you wanted to say, and it was your employer's right to tell you to get the fuck out. So everybody exercise their rights, so we good. That's what America's built on. Yeah. Freedom of speech has consequences. That part right there, but people seem to forget that, especially Black people. You know, we should be able to do and say and act a fool and all of that nonsense without any correction, consequence, repercussion, being addressed to any of that. No cause for accountability, none of that. That ain't how it works. Yeah, life is not fair. Who said all of that? Life is not fair. But again, actions have consequences. You chose to act on your right of free speech, and other people chose to act on their right of free speech. For all this, you know what I'm saying? I'm independent, I'm this, and I'm that. If you was all that independent, you wouldn't be working for nobody, boohooing and crying because you got on the internet and run off the damn mouth. And to sister girl over there with that Texas Tech that was all in the damn quad, jumping and hollering and fuck y'all leader and all that kind of bullshit, and they threw her ass out. Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, a lot of independence. She was on somebody else's campus. you paying them, but you independent. Exactly. Sometimes good deeds come with punishment. So yeah, y'all do what you feel. Just okay. Just be okay with what happens to you after. You gotta be okay. And honestly, sometimes in life you're gonna be okay with it, and sometimes in life you gonna not be okay with it, with the outcome. But be okay with your actions. And if you're not, then say you're not. If you need to, you know what I'm saying, you need to atone. It's not always easy, but in the end, you'll feel better. It'll take stress off of you. Trust me. Telling y'all what I know. That's exactly what happened. Okay, you know what, Mike, we're not doing that because he ain't atoning for, he didn't do anything wrong. If anybody's atoning, Tyler's goofy ass in there with that damn turtle suit on, he's the one about to atone, but they're trying to keep his goofy ass alive. Just to turn around and die by the hands of somebody else. If he really get that firing squad, yeah, that's gonna be deep. That's gonna be deep. If they literally still had a firing squad, yeah, that's gonna be deep. That's all I'm saying. And y'all make sure you hit the like button if you have not. Subscribe if you have not. Shadow text messages was a whole fool. But I do appreciate Mr. DA for reading all them good text messages to us so we can get the full gist of what was going on. Okay. You know what? He really wasn't Dante. Trump did not stop the HBCU money. He gave money his first term. He came in on a second term, gave some more money, and put measures in place where you ain't got to beg him for money every year. You only got to do it once a decade. But again, no, he did not try to. He did not. That's not accurate. California locked down because we can do that. I have moderators, and if they, feel like, a comment is, gonna put the channel at risk or take the conversation somewhere it doesn't need to go, then, it's gone. He is responsible for the money. So, in a sense, he's like the bank. So, whose money is it, Paula? Since it's not his money, whose money is it? Because there's no law that says that any institution of higher learning has to get money from the government. That ain't your God-given right. That ain't your constitutional right. That's just courtesy that's been extended, which means courtesies can be cut off at any time. Okay, again, it doesn't, he put that in place, sir. Their money dried up under Obama. Biden allocated the money. Releasing the money and allocating the money is two different things. I allocate money all day. Don't mean I'm sending you a damn dime. What you say? What happened? What happened to your comment? I don't know. Okay, Eric. Well, go get you some. You know what I'm saying? We understand that accurate information is a lot for some people to process. especially when they don't fall into their narrative. When you pay more for everything, he's taking it from you. I'm trying to think. What am I paying more for now? Let me think. It's what, September? He came in the office in January. What am I paying more for now than December of 25? What am I paying more for now than I paid September of 24? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. So you turn racism on and off like a light switch? I don't make any money off of YouTube. Yeah. Well, where I am, I'm still paying less for gas than I did this time last year. No, I don't. So I'm not, y'all, we gonna stop playing like the economy ain't been trashed for the last 3.5 years. Prices have come down. I paid $271 for mid-grade yesterday. Cause I can't do regular. What about prison reform? North Carolina, James. Yeah, Paula, I don't have any babies. You know, since you knew, you would know that. Don't assume, because you know what I'm saying, you see a brown face that it's babies all over the place. You know what, Eric, I am too. That's why I keep trying to tell you I got to get to the mall. Yeah. Nothing. I'm not like my electric bill is less, gas is less, food is less. Alabama $2.76 for regular. Okay. Okay, Paula. Good night. Child, good night. Ain't nobody got time for all this. Good night. Good night. But yeah, nothing that I can think of. Now we'll see this winter when we have to turn the heat on. We'll see. We say $249 in Oklahoma. Okay. The price of house. I'm sitting in the house right now. So what are we talking about? We support leaders on their tangible policy, not their propagandist talking points. Also, what the fuck you in Bama? No wonder your gas is cheap. Listen, $3.89 in Connecticut. Okay, y'all. Listen, and then we're coming off of the summer. Like, folks is still getting their last little, myself included, they last little taste of sunshine and beach activity in. The gas will settle, will even out. I'm just saying, Eric Child, the first 10 minutes they was upset. So it don't even matter if he ain't been in the office for a year. They's gonna be upset. Okay, well, I don't know where you at, Dante, because I mean, hell, at Christmas time, a dozen of eggs, and I bought jumbo eggs, didn't cost me no $7.89. So I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm for the truth. Foggy exponent. What you say, it's not left or right, my friend, until you make 7 figures, you the enemy. Okay, I live on the west side of Oklahoma where some of the oil comes from the ground. Okay. In a refinery in Houston. Let's just say, as you go up, it gets more expensive. I'm in South Carolina and I pay what you do. Okay, James, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna be in South Carolina Friday. I gotta ride through there for a little bit. Child, listen. Christmas, child, the eggs, being the eggs was we was having a serious argument. Child, the eggs was high as hell, but they wasn't no $8. 12 eggs here in Virginia is less than $4. Exactly. Yeah, I bought, like I said, I buy jumbo eggs, and I bought a dozen last week, and they were $3.74 for jumbo eggs. Okay, you're in Detroit. Well, y'all got a surplus of money in your budget. So what's going on? What is really going on? Hold on, wait a minute. From Detroit, eggs do not cost that much. You're trying to justify the things you say. You say Alabama's $2.74 a dozen was like $25. What? $2.90 for eggs in Oklahoma was almost $6.50. That sounds like it went down to me. They was almost $7 and we down to less than $4. That sounds like it went down. Scuba Steve. Okay. Whatever. Well, you still got another 3 years of the flaming moron. So I mean, what you doing? Wow, he said, "Wow, you trying to justify your hatred for Trump?" That's what they do. That's what they do. Listen, that's what they do on both sides. The Democrat haters, they do the same thing. The Trump haters, they do it. It's be the same thing. Oh, thank you. What you say, Eric? I've been in Detroit and 12 eggs was not $7.89. It was $3, bro. I was just out there. See, I bought a bag of butter lettuce, $5.09. I won't be doing that again. Okay, James. So you know there was a recall. So that's definitely affected the lettuce, the cucumbers, and the citrus. Because if you notice, the citrus hasn't been looking real good. It's been a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, that's why that butter lettuce was high. But like, go to a farmer's market if you can. No, ain't nobody celebrating Kirk's death. You must have just got here, Adventures. That is not what we doing over here. You're right. You can't change Trump haters' minds. You're right. You work in retail. All the prices that went up are products imported from China and countries that send us coffee. Interesting. 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 Oh. That's interesting. You paid what? For 5 dozen eggs at a Costco last week in California. What the hell, bro? What? You say you do price changes every Tuesday. Okay. Exactly. But these people, I mean, they celebrating hard. So my thing is, you know what I'm saying, when they standing in line and they you know what I'm saying, dossier come out and folks start going through their record and they get to the, oh, wait, you spent 6 months on the internet celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, no, we don't do that. We about life around here, and send your ass the other way. Now what? Now what we doing? What now what? They're supposed to be thinking this stuff be cute. Then when it come time to answer for it, well, I mean, why you worry about me? I mean, I wasn't the only one. We got them too. But right now we talking about you. You really don't, Tony. Why everything gotta go straight to violence? Folks going from you hurt my feelings to you got to die. It's crazy. Ain't nobody. Baby's in office. Ain't nobody. None of this took place in the government. All of this was on the damn college campus. I don't get it. Okay, child, y'all want to argue? It's 7 o'clock. Like I said, I keep saying I gotta go to the mall. I have to go pick up something for my grandfather. He's having surgery on Thursday, so I gotta go take care of that. But I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for stopping by. Make sure you have hit the like button and subscribe if you have not. We will continue to cover all things Charlie Kirk related. We do have a couple of congressional hearings taking place the rest of this week. I do know Patel he testified today in front of Congress. He is going to testify in front of the Senate. We will be covering both. So definitely make sure you are here for that. He will be testifying in regards to what is going on with the investigations into this particular issue. So again, what did you say? Email address from Tommy. I'll send you my receipt. The things I send. Yeah. Folks, they have done a lot with this. They have done a lot. But again, it just shows you who America is and what they're about. So again, I appreciate you guys for stopping by. I will see y'all probably if not again tonight, definitely tomorrow for these hearings. So we can hear what's going on and where the FBI is in their investigation into this. It's a tragedy. We're gonna call it what it is. Even if this had been Brad Smith, you know what I'm saying, local preacher in the grocery store parking lot, it's still a tragedy. So we're gonna leave it at that. I appreciate y'all. I will see y'all later. Have a great evening.